I think it was the debut of Wired magazine when it first came out that I fell in love with these images of the future. I became an intern for the Institute for the Future and actually wrote my dissertation on them. But then I also realized, wow, the future is overwhelmingly white here. So when I became immersed in the professional areas of foresight with the Institute for the Future, they have a tradition of really talking about the future and pioneering that tradition. As a nonprofit, they've also, had to have a variety of clients that are more corporate focused, more consumer focused, practical. And it makes sense. It's, they're trying to, survive as futurists, right? It's not easy. And so in that sense, though, it leaves a gap, right? Because if you're just talking about how people are mapping, how corporations are mapping on our lives 10 to 50 to 100 years from now, or how consumers will spend their money in the future, you're glossing over a lot of peoples in the world that respond to imagination differently. What it means to me is that, after years of growing up and largely not seeing Black people represented in the future, every straight white male gets the privilege of having seen their own superhero, someone reflecting them in movies of science fiction and fantasy. So we see George Jetson and his wife, and the closest thing that you get to resembling a Black figure is maybe the sassy maid, the robot, who's had enough at times. I contributed to this wonderful anthology called Afrofuturism 2.0. I have chapter 8. It's called Playing a Minority Forecaster in Search of Afrofuturism. Where am I in this future, Stuart Brand? It's a nice homage to Stuart in many ways, and also a critique. But it's good because really it's about how do we find our futures to make sure that Black futures matter here. So I share a dream to ensure that long oppressed racial minority and diverse voices can articulate themselves in the futures imagined, in the practices of long-term thinking, and in the professional areas of foresight, celebrating the Black imagination.